Hey ladies, how is it going? I'm going to just give it a second and see if anyone can jump on tonight. If not, that's okay. Always watch it back later. My husband's off watching where I'm from Utah, and there's a big rivalry game tonight, and I'm probably one of the only people who does not care that there's a rivalry game. So my husband's off watching this huge football game, and I'm going to be doing what I love tonight, which is editing YouTube videos and working on my blog. It works out for all of us. Hey Christina, thanks for jumping on. We'll just give it a minute. I know that I'm kind of doing a little bit later at night too for a lot of you. So we'll just give it a second. You know what? We're just going to get started. It's fine. Okay, so to introduce myself, my name is Charlyn, but most people call me Char. It's easier to remember, honestly. I am married, and I have 5 kids, 11, 9, well, almost 9. 7, 5, and then a 2-year-old. So my life is organized chaos at its best. And I'm just here to tell you guys about my story. So I've been with SeneGence a little over a year now. I signed up in July of last year. And I found it through a friend in high school. We were more like acquaintances in high school, but she added me to her LipSense page on Facebook. And she had posted about it, and she did an application video. And this moment in my mind is so clear because I was, hey Robin, how's it going, friend? I was so sick. My whole family had gotten the stomach flu, and I was trying to keep my mind off of it. And so I was laying in bed, scrolling through Facebook, and I watched her, and she's talking about this lipstick. I'm like, why would you go onto Facebook and share a lipstick? Applying a lipstick. So I watched her, and I was like, this is amazing, and I need it. I started yelling for my husband. He comes in, and I'm like, I don't know how, but I need you to buy this for me. I'm too sick, but I need you to figure it out. I eventually did, and I bought from her. I bought 2 colors, and a Star Collection and another color. Didn't even try it on. I never went to a party or anything like that. I just ordered from her because I wanted it. And I wasn't really a lipstick person, and honestly not really a huge makeup person before this. But the reason I wasn't is because I have 5 kids, and if I wear lipstick, I end up with it on my elbow, and who knows, on my back. I just can't wear it. So I never wore it before. And then I bought 2 more colors from her, and then she asked if I was interested in being a distributor, and my gut reaction was not just no, but never. I am not going to be one of those moms. I'm a stay-at-home mom who does an MLM because that's all I can do right now. I had this horrible mindset about it, and seriously my gut reaction was I will never do that. But I thought about it. I went and researched the company, and I loved LipSense. I was also starting to send all of my friends and family to her, and they were buying from her. And I was like, you know what? If nothing else, I can get discounted lipstick. And I love it. I want so many colors. Sure, that sounds good. So I became a distributor, and it started growing into something I didn't expect. And my sister-in-law can vouch, when I very first started with LipSense, I swore I would not buy any other products. I was converted. I had all my products figured out what I did use, and so I just really wasn't interested in anything else. And then I started using the other things, and I was like, oh, I have to throw away so much makeup. And I did, because I loved all the products. And then a month after I became a distributor, my sponsor earned her car. And her sponsor had had her car for several months, and I was like, whoa, wait, what? And I started learning about all these things that came with being a part of this company. And literally I had done my research, but all I knew was that it was a good company. I didn't realize that the earning potentials. I didn't realize you could earn a car. I didn't realize you could go on trips. I had no idea when I became a distributor. I was very naive, I'll be honest, now looking back at it. But as I grew over the first 2 months, I was like, this is amazing. And not only is it amazing, but I know my direct upline, this is happening for her, and if I just listen to what she has to say, it can happen for me. So a little backstory. My husband was offered a job. We live in Utah, and we've traveled a lot for work. We've lived in lots of different places, but he was offered a job in Hawaii, a permanent place we wouldn't have to move as often. So we sold, it's very expensive, by the way. to move across an ocean. So we sold everything because it was cheaper just to sell it and start over than to try to move it. So we sold everything. We'd been married for 10 years. 10 years of stuff. We sold it all, packed up suitcases, and literally arrived in Hawaii with 14 suitcases, and that was it. So we bought all new there. And then like 9 months after we were there, he was working for solar. The government came in and pretty much shut the entire solar companies down. They were not allowing them to hook into the grid. So my husband all of a sudden didn't have a job. So we waited for a while and then decided, you know what, we're not waiting anymore. And so he got a job offer. We were back here in Utah. So we did the same thing, sold everything we had just bought in Hawaii and moved back to Utah. So here we are, 5 kids, new job. Luckily we had rented our house out, so we still had our house. We had to start over. And starting over from scratch when you're brand newly married and can, eat around a cardstock, like a, fold out table and folding chairs is way different than doing that with 5 kids. It was intense. And as we're looking at like all the things we had to do in order to furnish our home to get everything back to like normal, plus provide for like our normal day-to-day bills, it was like, that's intense. I have been a stay-at-home mom our entire marriage, so for the first time in 10 years, I was looking at getting a job. And I personally have made the choice to stay home. I want to stay home, and it made me sick because I had this one, I have my last few little ones that aren't in school. And I was like, I felt so awful because I didn't want to leave them. I had been home with the other ones. I didn't want to leave. And what's really cool is that we made a goal not to go into debt to furnish our home. And we're talking like not just like big stuff. I had to buy 6 beds and 6 mattresses and dressers and tables and chairs and couches and TVs and utensils, mixing bowls, like everything that you need when you first get married or move out and go to college. We had to buy it all. But our goal was to not go into debt. And so SeneGence has provided that for us, where I am able to pay cash for everything we've had to put in our home, which took a ton of pressure off my husband, because then he was able to just provide for our family. And then it's really cool to be like, I bought that couch. Just let you know, like with my money, I bought that couch. It's mine. It has been like a huge blessing for our family. But with me and my SeneGence story, thank you. Hey, our names are kind of similar. I think it's probably Charlyn, but our names are kind of similar. This is Purple Rain, in case you guys are wondering. I love this color. But for me, when I talk about my SeneGence story, it's not as much financial as you would think. You guys can go through and listen to stories, and the financial benefits of SeneGence are very real. Very, very real. But I was actually having a conversation with my husband like a month back, and he asked me if money was no object. We could fly, we had like a private jet. Would I still do lip sense? And I actually had to think about it for a while, because I would. And the reason I would is because of the relationships I have gained. So I got married quite young. I went to college, but I never lived in a dorm. I lived at my parents' house, and then I got married and moved in with my husband. So I don't have like a sorority sisters. I don't have college friends. I had 2 really close high school girlfriends. But one lives across the country. The other one we kind of just drifted apart over the years. I have some fabulous friends that were my husband's friends' wives that I kind of inherited, and I love them. But we all have kids, we're all busy, and we don't usually get together just us. When we get together, it's always couples, which is great. I love their friendship and appreciate it. But this is the first time in my adult life where I have had individual relationships with grown women, and it has been amazing. Some of my best friends are women I met through SeneGence. And what's funny is I have like random ties with a lot of them, but I would have never met any of them. We actually went out to dinner last night, and like we always like, we're like, yeah, it's like a business thing. We're going to be talking business, and really it's not. It's just so we can go to dinner together. And we love it. I went on my very first girls trip, very first ever, guys, since high school, with these women. I can't tell you how much I've appreciated their friendships, and they really truly are friends. My sponsor, I knew her from high school. but we were just acquaintances. But now, like, it's weird if I go a few days without talking to her, because she truly is a friend for me. I love you too, Robin. I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. Like, you always hear about that kind of stuff happening, like some type of sisterhood or whatever, but it's very real for me. It has impacted my life so much more than even the financial things, and the financial part is very real. The second thing that I always talk about is, so relationships are huge for me. Relationships with these wonderful, amazing women, but secondly, the relationship with myself. So SeneGence, and I think anything that you're doing that's outside your comfort zone, no one goes into this being like, I love to take selfies and I like to talk about product with people. No one goes into this like, that is my strong suit, right? So SeneGence will put you in places where you're like not 100% comfortable and you have to grow. And because of that, I have had weaknesses come to light that I didn't know I had. And SeneGence has given me a way to overcome them. And if I wouldn't have done it, they would have just always been there in the background. But it's also brought to light a lot of strengths that I didn't know existed because they weren't being utilized. They weren't being used. One of the things I love most that has been brought to light is I love to train. I love training girls. I love to give any type of help or support to make it so that this becomes possible for them. That is what I love to do. If I could figure out a way to train every day, I would do it. If that could just be my life, I would do it. I enjoy it. I love working with women. I love giving them power or anything that I can to make sure that they can succeed. And the truth is that we all are here to become better. No matter what your religious or non-religious beliefs are, we're not here to be stagnant. No one's happy being mediocre. No one's happy just being run-of-the-mill. We are happiest when we are being pushed, when we are being challenged, because that's when we become our best selves. And that is what SeneGence has given to me. Now, I am far from perfect. Let's be clear here. But I can see myself becoming the best version of myself because of my experience with SeneGence. And the hard things, the up and down things that I've experienced, I would never, ever take back because it would change who I am now. And that is the most important thing I've gained from SeneGence. So when I was in high school, years ago, education was super important to me. I was really competitive. I took the hardest classes. I graduated with several college credits. I was going to be a doctor. I was going to do all these things. And I got into college and reality hit me a little bit. And I almost have my associates. I'm not quite there. But one thing that SeneGence has done with those strengths and with challenging me is realizing that I can do a whole lot more than I was giving myself credit for. And so I actually just signed up to go back to school. And not only is it because SeneGence has shown me what I'm capable of, but it's also given me the financial means, so I'm not placing a financial burden on my family while I go do that. And I seriously, I've put it off for years. And years and years and years. And I kept telling myself, well, maybe my youngest is in school, then I can look at it. But no, I can do it now. Because I've had to focus my time and I've had to figure out how to do it. And not only that, but I know I can do it. It's nothing. Because of what SeneGence has done. And I wouldn't give that up for anything. That truly is my why I'm here. The financial benefits are amazing. I've told you guys that. But my relationships with other women and the relationship with myself, I will never give that up. I will be a SeneGence distributor for the rest of my life. I will. I will be around here. We always laugh, me and my sponsor, that in 40 years we'll be sitting together at seminar together. We'll be the old ladies in the corner. If you guys need to check on us, we'll be there. But as you research this company, as you come to know it, that is the why of this company. Our CEO, Joni, is the most amazing, beautiful person. And she has a really interesting story. She was a single mom and she was working with another MLM. Things didn't work out well for her. And her goal was to create a company where, and it's our motto, the products really work and a career that really works. because she wanted to empower women and give them that opportunity to never feel how she felt at that moment when things started falling apart. She wanted to give the opportunity to women so that they could be financially stable, to be proud of who they were, to have those challenges, overcome them, and to become their best selves, and to give them that courage to live life in abundance, is what she always says. And the company's why and my why are so closely intertwined that I could never give it up. I could never walk away from this. And it's just a bonus now to me, the financial benefits. I can help my family while staying at home and pursue other things. Everyone's journey in this will be different. And you guys have heard some amazing stories, and you're going to continue to hear some amazing stories because this company is real and the benefits that they offer are real. The career is real. The products are fantastic. Everything on my face is SeneGence. Everything. Everything on my body is SeneGence, down to my perfume. Their model and their idea and what they want to put out into the world is so good. And I've learned that through so many experiences, not only with my personal upline, and guys, if you've added to this group, you have some amazing, amazing people who would be your sponsors, but also from corporate events and speaking one-on-one with corporate leaders, with VPs, with heads of our executive board. I feel really blessed because I was a person who was a doubter. I did not believe in direct sales or MLMs, and I feel very lucky that I ended up with the sponsor I did and with the company I did, because I can't imagine doing it any other way. So I'm so excited you guys are here. If you guys have questions, either about my story or questions about SeneGence, please post them, because that's what we're here for. We want to answer and we want to give you as much information as we can. But I'm here to say that this, in a very literal way, has changed my life and has changed who I am, and I am very grateful for it. So I hope you guys have a fabulous night. I am off to edit videos and work on my blog because I love what I do. So have a great night, guys, and we'll see you around. Bye.